At least 108 people are confirmed dead in Central and South Texas after historic flash flooding ripped through neighborhoods and riverside summer camps. Minutes ago, we learned that 5 young girls and 1 counselor from Camp Mystic are still missing. At least 27 campers and counselors were killed at the all-girl camp along the Guadalupe River. And we have this remarkable video. A cabin from Camp La Junta is seen floating on the river. In the doorway, you can see camp staffers inside the cabin. All the men inside were able to safely get out and evacuate that camp. CNN's Isabel Rosales joins us now. Isabel, this is day 5 of searching. How are the efforts progressing today?
Yeah, Pam, if I could actually start by resetting a little bit about what happened in this Kerr County press conference, because I think there were some dramatic key takeaways, striking takeaways here. We're essentially trying to close this information gap of what officials were doing, the discussions, the actions that they were taking. Were they considering evacuations? Did they decide not to do that? Did they discuss that at all between 1:14 a.m. on Friday, when that first flood emergency alert came out from the National Weather Service that indicated something bad is coming? It would have read this: hazard, life-threatening flash flooding, flash flood damage threat considerable. So 1:14 a.m. and then 5 a.m. That is the point that the river, the Guadalupe River, started to flood homes. We asked those questions. What were you doing in that time frame? And what we heard from officials here and the sheriff of Kerr County, largely ducking that question, repeatedly refusing to answer, saying that this is not the time to do that. They're still actively focused on search and rescue. But those answers as to a specific timeline are so important. These are questions from the community members right here. Now, you asked about search and rescue. I was over at Center Point, where I saw, again, hundreds of volunteers gathering together with chainsaws, heavy equipment, removing that debris. Pam, they told me they have found all sorts of personal belongings, pictures, a child's blue teddy bear, heartbreaking personal effects, that they're wondering what happened to those families. And the search certainly continuing. Pam.
Yeah, the heartbreaking personal effects, seeing stuffies wash up and little girl clothes, it's too much. Isabel Rosales, thank you so much. And more Texas families are getting the devastating news that their loved ones did not survive the floods. But along with this tragic news, we're also hearing truly remarkable stories of survival and heroism, like a mother who explains how she nearly lost her daughter as the floodwaters rushed in until her young son kept his composure and stepped in to save her.
We tried to get to our car, and my key thought I had a plan, and as soon as we looked at it, it floated away. And Matthew just kept screaming at us, and the only sensible things he could say, just keep walking this way, keep walking. And my aunt slipped and fell, my daughter, and nearly was washed away. And my son grabbed her and saved her by her hair, and he just kept telling us keep walking and grabbed us and helped us get to just enough high ground.
Wow. Let's go to CNN's Lee Waldman on the ground in Kerrville, Texas. Lee, you have been talking to a man with an amazing survival story. Tell us about that.
Ma'am, it's absolutely incredible how Christian Fell was able to survive. The water in his home started reaching almost to the ceiling, and he had to find a way out of the floodwaters around 3 a.m. after not receiving any kind of emergency alert. Hear how he swam out a window and where he stayed waiting for that rescue to come, Pam.
0 cents.
Window. And that's when I started making my way over to the meter box, and then I kind of like grabbed that metal pole, and then I looked around the corner and I saw my truck in the patio area with the hazard lights flashing when it was originally parked on the other side of the building, so the water just picked it up and
it brought your truck over here.
Yeah. And so I climbed up to right there, and I stood there for probably like 3 hours. At that point, the water was, when I was standing up on that meter box, the water was up to my knees.
At 3 hours he was standing there in the darkness. He says a transformer near him blew. It was like the sun came out, and that's when he saw the widespread devastation near the home there. He's thankful to be alive, but after hearing this death toll in this community that he loves keep rising, he is heartbroken, but thankful to be returning home to his family, Pam.
Yeah, he's very fortunate to be returning home to his family when so many aren't. Lee Waldman, thank you. And this morning, we are remembering some of the people who lost their lives in the tragedy. Holly Frizzle was 72 years old. Her son says she was magnetic and had a larger-than-life personality with a booming laugh. She says she loved to spend time on and near the Guadalupe River. 19-year-old Chloe Childress was a counselor at Camp Mystic. She had just graduated high school and was spending the summer mentoring the girls at camp. The head of her college prep school said she had a gift of making people feel seen. And 21-year-old Joyce Catherine Baden was at a cabin with 3 of her friends when the wall of water struck. Those friends remain missing at this hour. Her father spoke to CNN this weekend as he desperately hoped to find her alive.
Walking through this mess, hoping for a miracle.
Amen. Keep the faith. It's all we can do.
And that miracle never came to fruition, sadly. Find out how you can help Texas flood victims at cnn.com/impact or text flood to 7077. We'll have more news after this short break. Stay with us.